I am gaming. I am gaming. I am gaming podcast.
Hey everybody, my name is Ivica. Thank you so much for being on the latest episode of I'm Gaming Podcast. This is a podcast about the video game industry, entrepreneurship, gaming nostalgia, layoffs in the game development industries, and many more things I find to be in the same realm of business and creative ventures. Like always, first and foremost, a huge thanks goes to my Patreon supporters who really and truly and absolutely make this podcast possible. Without your generous monthly donations, I would not be able to continue creating new episodes and be here week in and week out. That is even more true now because the present economic and global geopolitical state of the world is pretty abysmal. We're at the start of February. January was absolutely devastating for the game development industry, and so many people lost their jobs. We are right now at over 6,000 global game development layoffs. According to all of the metrics, the same process will continue in the coming at least month or two before the start of spring, and hopefully middle of the year when we'll see a drop in this tempo and this process. And it's clear from my contacts on LinkedIn, on X, on other social media that so many people are impacted and so many people are right now completely clueless about what should they be doing and how should they proceed. Well, I have a couple of practical advices or suggestions looking from a psychological perspective of things that you can do if you have been laid off. First and foremost is that sense of complete loss of control, the sense that you are at the mercy and whim of corporate overlords who simply one day stated, hey, you're gone. That sense of loss of control, of not being able to influence your destiny, is really, really hard to swallow for anyone in any situation, but at the same time, it's completely understandable. As a different position to that mentality, to that set of emotions and ideas, is the ability and readiness to take over control, no matter how small or insignificant it might seem. First kind of layer, it's a multi-layered approach, but the first process or first layer should be making sure that you're physically in the right position. Start exercising, start moving, start taking over control of your physical well-being. That means sleeping as much as you can, eating right, and exercising. The last element is especially useful and good for that sense of anxiety that many who lost their job absolutely feel, and the worry for their future, for their professional future, for their practical needs in terms of money and everything are often overwhelming. Physical exercise, and especially exercise related to physical movement, which means running, walking, riding a bike, riding any kind of human-powered transportation, skateboards, inline skates, whatever it might be, is really helpful because it allows that physical anxiety to disperse and thus open up the presence of a mental space that is more beneficial to you and less anxiety ridden than it would be normally. To do that, just go out, exercise outside, exercise in, go to the gym. It doesn't matter, it matters a lot less than simply sitting about watching your TV, computer, mobile device and hoping for the best. Doing that, keep hoping, but enter into that calculation physical movement, physical exercise, if possible on a daily basis. It doesn't have to be super intense, it doesn't have to be long lasting, but if you can do it week in and week out, like my podcast, you will feel the difference. Second thing, do something for you professionally that you can do on your own, for yourself, without a company, a team, or anyone else. If you wanted always to start a blog, do it now. If you wanted to start a YouTube channel, do it. If you wanted to start a Discord community that helps people with game development or finding jobs or simply just being around for each other, do it now. Again, like exercising, like your well-being, physical and mental well-being, this is related to that sense of taking over control, doing something instead of hoping and waiting for things to happen. Many of you are already sending CVs, sending letters to potential employers, which is great. But this step of doing something, creating something, building something is important, because down the line it can become a micro venture. It can earn you a new source of revenue, a new income, no matter how big or small. But for now, the most important thing is just to start it, start doing it. For better or worse, you have the time, you have the energy, you can now get into it. The same goes for educations, courses, taking over new skills. That's cool as well, but these are kind of process that starts, has its longevity, or no matter how long it lasts, and then it ends. But if you build something, whatever it might be, it could be something physical, it can be something intellectual, digital, it doesn't matter. It's something that you'll continue building in the weeks, months, even years to come. And that is, again, really beneficial for that sense of self-worth. And as a counterpoint to that idea, things happen to me and I have no control over them. And final advice, if I can call it that, is look outside of the game development industry. Look at other options, other jobs. It doesn't mean making a switch that is permanent. It doesn't mean stopping creating games. It doesn't mean dropping out of the game development industry, but just keep an open mind to opportunities that might not be game related. They will learn you new skills, they will earn you money, they will open up you as a professional to a completely new industry, and they will provide options. Then you can decide, you can do things in parallel, create games and have a day job that is not game related, or have a game job that is your day job, game job, and do something on the side that is another source of income, that is an important source of income that you can do over the weekends or part-time or whatnot. But keep an open mind to opportunities that are not only game development related. There you have it. These are my advices. Take them all with a grain of salt. Hey, take them all with a truckload of salt. I would just love to have the ability and potential and the platform to kind of help out. So many people lost their jobs. So many people are in all likelihood going to lose their jobs. And I really believe, as a psychologist and someone who has been working in the game development domain for over 10 years, that these concepts could be useful to you. It's not a silver bullet, it's not a full solution, but it could be helpful, especially from that domain, from that vantage point of having a peace of mind, a level of emotional and physical well-being that is crucial right now, along with finding new source of revenue and continue your career, of course. That's all for me. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for being here. My name is Ivica. Please check out all of my Patreon supporters in the description below. If you want to consider becoming my Patreon supporter, please check out the link in the description below as well. There are other ways how you can support me. You can buy my books on Amazon. And the simplest, cheapest and easiest way is to just subscribe to my channel and be here for my new videos. Until my new video, thank you again. Have a great day. Best of luck if you lost your job, and I'll see you in precisely 7 days from now. Until then, bye bye.